Hey guys, I want to welcome you back to another episode on Jay of All Trades. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace this bad cast iron toilet flange with this Otay twist and set toilet flange. So let's get started. Now this part of the pipe is made out of lead, and I'm going to be lifting the corners all the way around to remove this old toilet flange here. You can use a flathead screwdriver or a pry bar to lift these corners up. You're going to want to take your time and work your way around the piping here. You just want to lift the corners up just enough to get this cast iron flange out. The cast iron flange and this lead pipe are usually soldered together, and they're usually very easy to break apart. Try not to crack or break this lead piece because we're going to be flattening this out once we get this flange out of here. Taking your time to pry around this pipe is going to go a long way. Once you continue to pry around, you're going to notice that the flange is going to start to move around. Just continue to bend the lead as needed, and you'll eventually get this flange out of there. As you can see, this flange is in pretty bad shape, but I've actually seen worse than this. Some of them even disintegrate and fall apart and crumble in your hands. The next thing you want to do is get rid of all the dust and debris before you bend this lead piece back. This will ensure that there's no obstruction during this install. Here is a closer look of this Otay twist and set that I'll be using today, and it has this rubber gasket here, and when you twist it, it starts to expand inside of the pipe, and when it expands, it'll create a seal. This is one of the easiest options that you can do to replace a toilet flange. I'll include a link in the description so you can get it if you'd like. After you've cleaned the area, you're going to be ready to bend this lead piece all the way back into position. I started out with a linesman plier to help me pull everything back, and then I switched over to the hammer to hit everything down, and this helped me to flatten the lead all the way around the rim. You want to mold this to get it right back into the shape of the pipe, and then we'll be ready for the next step. Now we're going to do a little cleaning on the inside of this pipe where we're going to put this twist and set. We just want to make sure that there's no debris that's going to be obstructing the gasket from making a proper seal. The next step would be finishing the floor before I put this on, but I'm just going to dry fit this just to make sure that this goes in nice and smooth. When you're doing this, you're going to shake it back and forth, and you're going to feel the gasket engaging with the inside of the piping. You're going to keep rocking back and forth until it sits flush against the floor. To remove it, you'll do the same thing by rocking it back and forth, and it'll come out. Now that I've finished the floor, I'm ready to put this in. Please note that this flange is designed to sit on top of your flooring. It's not meant to be at level or below the level of your flooring. Now we're just going to put this in by rocking it back and forth until it's sitting nice and flush on top of the flooring. Once the flange is sitting flush on top of the flooring, we're going to start twisting clockwise. This is going to continue to get tighter and tighter as you keep twisting. You want to pay attention to these holes here for the 2 toilet screws that are going to mount your toilet. Continue to twist until those holes are in the right positions. Don't be afraid to use a little persuasion. Here I'm using the rubber coated side of the handle of this linesman plier and a rubber mallet to lightly tap this into place so that these 2 screws will line up for my toilet mounting. Now you can see that I have this in perfect position where I can put my 2 screws in there for my toilet mounts. And now we're ready to secure this straight into this flooring here. You can already see that this is super tight and it's not moving around. I'm just demonstrating exactly where your toilet mount screws are going to go so you can have an idea. One trick that you can use to know if your flange is in the right position for your toilet mounting screws is by measuring off the back wall to the screw itself and then measuring on the other side to see if it matches. Once everything is all lined up, you're ready to just secure this straight into the floor. Once you finish screwing this into the floor, you're all set to go to do your install for your toilet. I hope this video has been valuable to you guys. Thank you for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel to continue to get more videos like this one. I'll see you guys on the next one.